Hello. Hello, ladies. It's just me, if you can see me. Hello. I started doing one this morning and it all went absolutely wrong, so I'm hoping this time it'll go better. So we'll start. This is what we're making. Just hold it up so you can have a look. There you go. And I will go through the tools and everything that you'll need first so that you can watch this bit, pause it and go and get what you need. You're going to need heat gun, and you're going to need sponge and ball tools. You're going to need scissors and tweezers. And in way of tools, you're going to need a dauber or a sponge. And I've got a sponge here, this one, to do my flowers. So that's the tools you're going to need. So I'll put that just there so I know where they are. Pop that down there. Pop that back on there. Then you're going to need some glues. And I'm using Kalal, as always. I'm using our art glitter, which is our tacky glue, and also a little bit of glossy accents we're going to use. And we're going to use the glossy accent just to paint on our flowers. I don't know whether you can catch it, they're shiny. So that's what we're going to use them for. Ink block, mustn't forget the ink block. Then inks. Oh, itchy nose. Stamping, we're going to use the VersaFine Onyx Black. And then for colour, oh, itchy nose. Colouring, we're going to use Distress Inks. And we're going to use Mustard Seed and Mermaid Lagoon. And then I'm going to stamps. We're going to use Chloe's Old Shoe stamp. Comes in 2 sizes and we're using the smaller one. Then we're going to use Chloe's mini stamps to put our little words on, and I'm actually using the sparkle one because I think it goes with all the sparkle on the card. For the flowers, we're going to use Honeydew Cherry Blossom, and that we're using the medium and the small for that. Now, die cuts, we're using, take that off there, the Sue Wilson Stitch Lattice Frames. We're using that one. And of that, we're using the lattice and the next frame to it to cut out, and then also the next frame to that. So we're using the 3 dies there to do what we need doing. And we're also using our all favourite, the Works leaf die. I love this one. It makes flowers sit lovely. So I think that's about it. So I think we can make a start on the card you're going to need. You're going to need an A4 piece of white card, of which you're going to cut in half. Half of it you're going to put your stamping on, which I'll go through in a minute, and half of it you're going to use to cut out your lattice. So that was like that. That was your half. Keep that bit because we're going to use that for our label. Then you're going to need an A4 piece of the silver glitter. This is the non-shed. It's easier to work with. But you do have to be careful when you're cutting them out with the die that you pull it away from you before it pulls all the plastic off. Not, you'll see which way to do it. So that's that piece. And I've just kept a little piece like that to do a couple of little things on that we'll need to do a bit later. So that's that. And obviously your A45 card base and a piece of black card, 14.5 by 20.5. Now I've already stuck this on because as I did it this morning, so I've left that now. So that's all your, the things will be written up for you as well, so you know. So that's those two die cuts are the top of your card like that. I'm just going to pop that over there out the way. So now the other half of your white piece, I've actually stamped this because you didn't want to see me stamp. You know how to stamp. I've stamped 3 sets of the 2 stamps. You can put them on together and pop them down. So you're going to make 3 individual flowers, a medium one and a little one per flower. And then you've got your 2 shoes. So to save time, I've cut these out already. There's your 3 leaves. There's the shoes. All cut out nice. And I've cut out the flowers. I've left 2 to colour, but to save time I've coloured the others so that they're ready. That's that. Let me pop that in there now. Oh, and by the way, you need 3 pearls to go in the middle, or gems. That's up to you. And likewise with the colour, you can change the colour. And I've kept 6 of the diamonds that comes out of the mesh. If you see on my card, I've just put 6 in the colour, just to coordinate it through yet again. So must remember them. So let's take this off because I don't need that yet, and that will get dirty. Let me just have a drink. I've got a sore throat, hay fever sore throat. So the first thing we'll do is these flowers. To colour them, I've used Mermaid Lagoon. I'm just really into blue flowers at the moment, and all I'm doing is a little bit of blue ink, and just doing the edges, and I'm doing it in a circular movement. By doing it in a circular movement, you get a smoother round. You're not going to get lines, and exactly the same. And use all the ink on your sponge. You've got quite a lot on there. As you see, I just put a little bit on, and I've done the whole of my flower with that. I'm going to pop that over there so it doesn't come near our card. And just wipe the yellow off of that. Get my clean cloth. And then there's that. And now we're going to do the middles. This is where we use our dauber. Dauber in the ink, in the middle, and just flick out on each petal like that. You just get a little bit of ink going up the petals. And with the little one, you don't need to flick, it'll go. The dauber's the size, so that's that. Pop them over there with them, and then we'll work on our shoes. So what we need to do is glitter our shoes and then colour them. So I'm going to glitter first. And with the tacky glue that we use and the fine nozzle, take the glue off. This here, let's bring it up to the camera. This bit here is sort of closer. So I just filled all that with glue first. Let me just show you that. And just bring it down a little bit, like that. Can you? I don't know whether you, oh yeah, you can, like that. And then you're just going to go in with dots. You haven't got to match up the dots. You won't notice. It'll just add more to your decoration on your shoe. Go right down and into the shoe like that. And then my lovely silver glitter, which I've got a little spoon in, and I'm just going to put the glitter on them. I'll push that aside. Now I'm going to do the heel, and you need to do, let's get that, this part of the heel, leave that part, so it's the larger of the section of the heel. Just put your glue in and spread it with your nozzle right to the bottom, right up the sides. That's it. And then back in with the glitter. Give it a flick. There we go. That's that one done. And again, fill in a little bit at the top there and down a little bit, and then you're just going to do lots of little dots all over your shoe. And as you come down, you see it's getting less. Do less as well. Put your glitter on. And now do you? And put our glitter on the heel. There we go, that's our shoes glittered. Where's my lid gone? I have to put my lid on my glitter because I get paranoid that it's going to get knocked over. So we're going to leave them to dry before we do the next bit. So we'll come on to our flowers now. And you need your ball tool and sponge. Now I'm using a medium ball tool with not a tiny ball tool on the end, but a very small one. I think you can see that. Maybe you can see it on the black better. No, not really. Okay. So each flower is a larger one and the smaller one, and you're going to turn them upside down. And I want you to be brutal with them. I want you to really rub them down into a nice dent in the middle like that. Don't be afraid of them, they're not going to break. Give them a good rub in there, get it all, break up all the fibres and put them into a lovely good bowl shape. And then turn it over, and with your thinner end I want you to pop it down the ends of the petals there. Okay, can you see that? And the end there. And push it in like that as you go round at the end of each petal. And then it should look like that. Let me get that up like that so you can see the depth. I don't know whether you can. There you go, that's better. How's that? Yay. So same again. Good bowl in the middle so you've got a nice big bowl. It brings the petals out. More. and again at the base of each petal, pushing it in round like that, and then with your glue, pop your bit of glue in and stick this one in and alternate your petals, then hold them with one hand and push them in with your small ball tool with the other. That will make sure they stay where you want them to stay and not move. That's one done. Push it right in, make a nice bowl. And again, don't be frightened of it. It's not going to work. It's not going to tear. It's not going to do anything. You might move about your sponge a bit, but mine does because I am quite heavy-handed, but you need to be heavy-handed to get that bowl. And then again, upside the right way, little ball tool at the bottom of each petal. You should see my face while I'm doing this. I'm biting my bottom lip. Actually, it's probably better you can't see it. Upside down and push it in at the bottom of each petal. A bit of glue goes in there. Pop it where you want it. Hold it and then use this to do it. Just hold it for a little bit and make sure it's grabbed it. Once again. Oh, it's like doing an upper body workout. Muscles like Popeye at the top of my arms. And there we go. Just pushing in at the base of each petal. Last but not least, pushing it in, getting a good bowl. That's it. Turn it over, in at the base of the petal. And lastly, one little bit of glue and position your petal where you want it. Just hold it with one hand, put the ball tool into the middle to hold it, and just hold it for a little while just to make sure it sticks, because you don't want it to ping back out. Let's get the accessories. Where are they? Let's pop these out. We can stick the pearls in as well while we're here and colour our diamonds. There's my 3 pearls. This is what I use my tweezers for. Some glue in there. Some glue in there. And some glue in there. Pick up a pearl, drop it in, and then just push it in with your finger. Turn that pearl over, pick it up, drop it in, push it down with your finger. And again, turn that pearl over, pick it up, pop it in. There you go, that's your 3 flowers almost finished. So with the ink, the blue ink, I want you to ink up the right side of your diamonds. Let's turn that one over. Only 5 there. So one's still in there, you little naughty boy. Turn that one over. again. A little bit of ink. Just use point of one tweezer just on one corner, and then do that. Turn it round, put the tweezer there, and do the other corner. Or your ball tool, you could have used your ball tool. It's better if you do it this way because you don't get mucked up fingers and you don't get finger marks left behind. 1/2. Do the other one there, that's it. That's one. There's still only 5 there. Where's that other one gone? Now, gosh. I don't know how that got over there. I'm sure crafters spend more time, or equally as much time, making cards and finding things than we do. There we go. So that's our flowers done. They're ready to go on. Finish our shoes off now they're dry. My stamp block. Find my shoe stamp. So let's put this ball tool away. Shouldn't need that no more. We can put that over there out the way. Oh, let's get the stamp for the shoe. Let's see, there's 2 shoes and I'm using the smaller shoe, and I'm just going to pop this on there. Now this bit of the stamping, it's a little bit of silver you need. It doesn't stamp very well on it, but it's enough for you to get the shape of what you need to cut out. So it's just this little bit there. Can you see that? All I've done is this little bit here. That's what I want. I'm going to pop that down there, and I'm just going to use up one end of this. There you go. You see, it doesn't really stamp brilliantly, but it's enough to see. I'll just do another one and get that down there. Lovely. Now we'll put that aside to dry while we do the other bits of colouring. A big lump of black there. I'll just pop that away. Close my ink up for a minute. Where did I do? So a little bit of ink on my board. I'm using a water brush. Not too much water because I want it quite... My alarm's going off to take my tablet. I want this to be quite a darker of the colour, so it's really striking against the silver. And this little bit of the heel, just get that a bit darker. one. Sorry, my hand's in the way. You can't see what I'm actually doing, can you? And then just that little bit on the side of the heel. It's like a Louis Vuitton shoe, except it's turquoise. So that's that. Put that over there, and just get your little bit of ink and just gently do the toes. Just a gentle little, just so that it's a little, you're not colouring all the shoe with it, but you've got a bit on there. That's that. Let's clear that up now. And now we're going to cut our piece for our label. We're nearly ready to start assembling. You're doing well. Let's cut them shoe parts off. So for the label, you need a piece of white, and you need it at 3 centimetres by 4.5. So that's the size of that. And for the silver behind, you need it at 5 centimetres by 3.5. And that will go on there beautifully. So leave that aside. Put our board down. Now we're going to stamp our label. Bring the mat back so we can stamp properly. Get our saying. It says, "May your birthday be filled with sparkle." And we're going to use the black ink again, which I've just had. There it is. See, looking again for something. Let a good light tapping, not a heavy tapping. You don't want to push it into the stamp. You want to just do the top of it. And that just fits on there. Push it down. Leave it on there just a little bit while it's soaking in. There we go. And now we're going to, I'm just going to blot it just to make sure it's not wet. No, it's not, look. It's always good to check. And now we're going to bring our glitter in again. And we're going to glitter the words. Sorry, I'm just doing that again, look. Come on, glue. Just gonna push that in, be a bit quicker. There you go. Okay, let's bring that up a bit closer. There you go. Right, while that is, the glue's drying on that, we'll finish off our shoes. Our stamped piece, and now we're going to cut these out. See, I'm just cutting that piece there over up to there, and again down that piece there. Round there. So it's just that little piece there you want. Same with the other stamp. And again, I'm going to go over with the blue ink. Might need to use a bit more ink on that. And that's going to go on there. That's lovely. Lovely. Clear that off. And now we're going to stick these onto our shoes. Okay. Glue on the back. Here's the tip of my scissors to push that down so you can see. That's one. And now this is that one. And follow the line. Perfect. Let's push that down a bit. Get rid of that bit of glue. So there we have our two shoes. Beautifully made too. So I think we can almost start to assemble. So I'm just going to glue the sparkle with the words on. Sparkle, the card with the words on, onto my silver, and that I'm using tacky because it will stick better on the glittery card. Just push that down like that, and there's your without we put it on straight though, Trisha. Yes, okay. There we go. Now let's get our card and start assembling. Now we're going to stick this one to the silver one first. And I'm not going to do all the lines. I'm going to glue all round the edge. That, and then I'm going to do up the middle and up that one there, which is the second one and the second one. Do exactly the same the other way. Up the middle and up the second one and up the second one. And then pop it in the middle of this piece. Move that out of the way for now. And again, just pop it. There we go. And then with your cloth, go round and stick it all down. and go through your bars in the middle as well. Lovely. And now we're going to put pads on the back of this. And if you come in a little bit with the 4, you'll only need one in the middle to support that middle bit. So you'll save on pads. Now, previously we've put the black on. And now we're going to get this and take these off. And a little bit of glue, just a tad on there, just to make sure they don't fall off. And now you're going to put this to the top, nearer the top than the middle, and get the gap there the same as it is here. There you go. And then this one is going to go, again, a pad in the middle. And a little bit of glue. And pop that into the middle of that, on that black, in the middle of your silver on the black. That's that. And then we're going to put our leaf on, seen over here. And I'm just going to snip that off because you don't need that. And I'm just going to run it down, glue down there, up that one and up that one. So I'm just gluing the bottom 3 pieces and I'm placing that there. That's where I know my flowers are going to go before I put my shoes on. One shoe you're going to stick flat and the other one you'll put pads on to raise it up next to it. Just see where they need to go. I'm going to put that there. That's that. With a pad. A little bit on the foot. There. And then we'll have a piece of it on the top there, lovely. On the top. Take the papers off. I've got a feeling I've got a bit of a dirty hand, fingers. And before I stick that down, I just want to clean my fingers a little bit. They're getting a bit blue off the ink that's on there. That's better. A little bit of glue again on the back of your pad, especially if it's going to stick onto glitter. And pop your shoe there where you want it, and then a little bit of glue on the bottom of that heel and press that down to stick down flat. Take that glitter off, and now we're going to put our flowers on, and put one there so you can see that, and one there, and then I've put one at the bottom along with the wording. And now we're going to put our diamonds in, and just, you know, put them anywhere that feels right. There's no right, there's no wrong, and you don't have to use all 6 if you don't want. You can use more if you want. I'm just sticking them in there. I'm going to do one more on there, and I think that will do me on that one. Can never make the same card the same twice. It just doesn't work. Does that need one there? I'm going to put one there as well. peel out from underneath. From underneath there. That's it. And there you have it, ladies. Complete. How's that for you? Well, I hope you've enjoyed this, ladies. I hope I'm getting better each one. But it doesn't matter. It's us doing it together. And that's what's important. So keep safe. Stay well. And I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye-bye, ladies. Bye-bye.